Decades of severe weather experience here for you when it counts. This is Doc Deason's weather, live now. Severe thunderstorm warning.
Hi, everybody. It is 7:04. Severe thunderstorm warning now in place for southern Smith County and northern sections of Cherokee County. This storm looks as if it is on the upside of strength and is potentially, I think, going to drop up to, I wouldn't be surprised to have some golf balls in the Bullard area when this thing is all said and done. So I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about that. It's going to get a lot of people's attention, I think, especially you guys along the Smith and Cherokee County line. So let's just kind of sound the alert on that, so to speak. Here's what the radar has to show you, and here's the storm that's coming into southwestern Smith County now. The best hail potential is still just outside the county, right there, Coffee City area. There's 155. There's Berryville. The better hail is going to be in this area, right, pretty much straddling the county line, the Anderson and Cherokee and the Smith County line there. I'm going to look at this here with Radar Omega real fast. That'll put some additional perspective on here for you. So here's Lake Palestine, the storm itself crossing Lake Palestine now. So there's Teasleville, there's Dogwood City. Weather Service was saying initially up to quarters. They've now increased that to $half sized hail. So just a skosh under golf balls. You get to about 1.75 inches for golf ball hail. So it'll be interesting to see if they have any stones that are that size in this area here. So if you are in the Dogwood City, Teasleville, Coffee City area, I'd be downstream, heading towards Old Jacksonville, and right there along 346, the storm is right there right now. But you guys back further to the east towards Bullard, towards Flint. I think it looks like maybe the bulk of this is probably going to pass just to the south of Flint. A good piece of Tyler is actually inside the severe thunderstorm warning polygon, but I think the brunt of this is going to pass south of Tyler and kind of clip that area just north of Mount Selman, back up to Bullard. There's New Hope. And just some of those targets there. Again, severe thunderstorm warning is in place. The warning itself, let's see here, expiration time on that is going to be 7:30. So we'll just kind of put that to kind of put a little more color on the palette there. So hail, we've got lightning in the southern part of the city of Tyler. Had some decent strikes here in the last few minutes. The brunt of this is always going to pass well south of the city of Tyler proper. Here's Toll 49, the kind of the south loop. Not easy going to come into Gregg County. It's going to take a while to do that. I think the bulk of this will pass south of you guys. Probably going to be more of a Smith County and then eventually western Rusk County storm if it can hold itself together for that long. So we'll have to wait and see on that. Mike said we just got hammered in Emerald Bay. Okay, Mike, I'm not surprised to hear that, man, at all with the way this thing is seems to be performing on the radar. So nothing tornadic in this, at least at the moment. Weather Service issuing the severe thunderstorm warning. We've got Anderson County on the far northeast edge of a tornado watch box, which will go here for another couple of hours this evening. That's the only county in our immediate area that's under any kind of watch. The rest of us are escaping that, and then this one storm here that prompted the warning. Weather Service is running with a flood watch for the western counties of East Texas. That'll be overnight tonight, and we'll eventually get that cleared out tomorrow. These storms, there's a lot of moisture in the air mass. You step outside, you don't need to be there for just a second to feel that, and you can drop that moisture over a concentrated area. This storm is moving faster than the ones we had yesterday. They were moving in the 20 to 25 mile an hour range. This thing's moving 45, so at least it's got some forward speed on it. But still can drop some hefty rain in a short amount of time, and so we want to be mindful of that and any potential for flash flooding. So let's see here. What else we have? So let's see. Yeah, so they're going to stick with that 1.25 inches. And some pretty decent wind, 60 mile an hour wind in there as well. So we will watch that and see how things progress. If you have any hail, sizes, I'd love to know that, and your location. Feel free to throw that into the comment section, and then that'll allow me to kind of get a feel for what it is we're dealing with here. Right now, best hail again going to be from just east of Dogwood City down to Teaselsville. You bet, Donnie. Down here's FM 346. So it's going to tighten in on this area here for you. So there's Teaselsville. There's 344, 346. So Emerald Bay is going to be back up 344. Eagles Bluff will be back down to the south west of there. So if we've got hail, it's going to be the most concentrated part of it is going to be kind of in that immediate area. Pea-size and high winds in Frankston. Okay, Rochelle, thank you for that. All right, so peas in Frankston. Weather Service in Fort Worth is working what looks like a significant tornado down well southwest of our area, down in Limestone in northern Robertson County right now. So they've got quite a bit on their hands at the moment. Fortunately, nothing like that here for us. Haven't really heard too much thunder here in Tyler in the last little bit. Looks like the back end of some of this shower activity coming through the western section of town now. Trevor, southern Rusk County, that'll be not really an area of concern per se right now. Here's the one storm that's really kind of causing the major attention for our area, and this thing is going to continue scooting, kind of east. Here's a loop on it just to kind of show you that. So looks like they've got some pretty decent half-inch or so hail. Western side of Bullard is what I'm hearing here from some traffic. So that would make sense. So this will continue scooting kind of west to east. South Tyler, Hazel, not going to get too much out of this, honestly. They have a pretty good light show potentially off to the south of us. But again, here's 1249. There's 69, 155. So this will stay south of 49. But it had looked a little bit healthier about 10 or so minutes ago. So thought we'd hop on and just get a little bit more insight into what's going on. But it looks like it's definitely losing some steam. At least giving some signs of that. Absolutely, Hazel. So let's look at this back on radar scope. All right. All right, let's see here. Let's look at this. Let's look at these veil values here for a second. I bet they were higher. Yeah, they're still pretty respectable. How old is this, though? Okay, 08. Still looks pretty respectable. Okay. All right, so Smith County, southern Smith County, and northern Cherokee County, still under severe thunderstorm warning. That'll run for about another 15 minutes or so. So it looks like this is wrapped up for Lake Palestine. You guys there, Coffee City, Berryville, y'all are done. Noonday, this will stay south of you. Bullard, you've still got some of this core to come across you. This will stay north of Mount Selman. Derek asking about White House. The bulk of this thing, man, is going to pass just south of you guys in White House. You folks down south of White House, between White House and Troop, you get a pretty good taste of some of this hail here. So there's Walnut Grove. Here's Troop down 110. So this will cross right over 110. There's 346, kind of that eastern leg of it, out past Lake Tyler. That hail core is right over Bullard, if not now scooting just a little bit east of Bullard. Thanks, Rosanna. Heavy rain off the southeast loop. Tyler, appreciate that. So if you are in the Bullard area or east of Bullard along 344, I'd be curious to know if you're seeing hail, what size that is. Closer to quarters? Is it a little bit larger? How does it compare to a golf ball? That kind of thing. Weather Service said it looks to them like the storm has picked up a little intensity over the last scan. Again, nothing tornadic in this thing so far as we have seen. The hail and the strong straight line of winds, the main thing, and the heavy rain. There's going to be a lot of rain in the path of this. So you're going to have a pretty sharp fall off in rainfall totals across southern Smith County as you move north, up north towards Flint and Gresham and Tyler. It's going to fall off rapidly. You guys at noonday, y'all are A-okay. Connor, yeah, you're fine. This thing's passed off to the east of y'all or southeast of y'all. You're A-okay. Jamie, as far as it getting to Carthage, that's a good long haul. So as far as it being able to make it in its current state, I think that's going to be tough to. On its trajectory, I think it may pass just a little bit north of you guys there, but we're going to lose intensity on these things as we get into the evening and get past dark here. So power's out at noonday. Okay, thanks for that. Yeah, you guys in Overton, Sarah, this will be probably just south of y'all, I would bet, in Overton. Trees down in Hale and Bullard. Okay, brother. Thanks, Scott. Got any idea on the size of the hail there, man? Shoot me a text if you want to on that, please, sir. Peas. Okay. Thanks, Scott. David, you guys in a camper there at the Boulders? Yeah, I think you're going to try to put you guys up on the map here real quick. The bulk of this will pass just south of you guys at the Boulders, but you get some pretty good wind on the north end of it as well, potentially. So just FYI. but the brunt of the storm is going to pass just south of you guys there. You bet, David. So we'll continue severe thunderstorm warning, Smith County. Hail and wind are both players in this. The hail seems to be holding itself together pretty well so far. Pease and Bullard near Brookshires for a few minutes, starting to lighten up. Nikki, thanks for that. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. So not producing like it looks like it's capable of. Let me take a move over to the Shreveport radar real fast since we got this thing on the other side now. Yeah, that Fort Worth radar was shooting it a bit high. So what we've got left of the hail is going to be there east of 69 now, between 69 and White House, 69 to 110. So see, we got some trees and some power lines down reported in Bullard, so not surprised with that, given the wind. And again, this is about the only thing really in the area as far as anything organized. Rest of it's pretty quiet now. We have this monster down here west of 45, but that is not a player for us at the moment, at least. So this one thing, and that's the only show in town right now. Now, Mel, not heading towards South Tyler, heading away from you. You guys in White House, between White House and Troop, this hail core will cross right over. It'll cross right over 110, just kind of moving in that easterly direction. So Weather Service is going to extend, put a new severe thunderstorm warning in place. So that's toning out now on the NOAA weather radios. They will distribute that here. Give me a second.
Severe thunderstorm warning.
All right, new severe thunderstorm warning. This will be southeastern Smith County as well as western Rusk County. That'll go until 8:15. They're also going to include north central Cherokee. So again, until 8:15, storm located near White House, moving east at 40, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and up to quarter-size hail possible with that. So really, same song, second verse. The storm continues moving in that easterly direction, and about 40 miles an hour. So it's going to be some heavy rain beneath it, but it won't last too terribly long. So that is good as far as the flood concern. Up to quarters in that. So again, that's going to be about an inch in diameter. So that would qualify as minimal severe weather criteria as far as what you need for a severe thunderstorm. You got to have at least quarters and or 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts to really qualify for that. So just be mindful of that. So again, the new warning goes till 8:15. This storm will be out of Smith County before 8:15, so they may or may not do some tweaking to that, but that's at least what we've got for the moment. So let me clear that out. Move that away. So the hail core has cleared 69 south of Tyler. So you guys, Bullard, this will continue exiting off to the east of y'all. What we have of hail, there's Walnut Grove, there's 756, so this is Paluxy coming south out of Tyler. We're at dead ends right there, a tees off at 344. So, folks, Grove Club Lake area, that area south of White House, between White House and Troop, right there where 344 dumps out onto 110. Okay, there's a fire station right nearby there. That'll be where the best hail is going to be. Pease had some hail at 756 and 344. Thanks, Angie. Appreciate that. So that kind of helps to kind of square off an area. Then I know we have some graduations going on tonight. Talked to a superintendent earlier this morning who was trying to make a call on some stuff. Pretty gentle here in Tyler. I've had, 1/1300 of an inch here in town. Thanks, Nancy. Heavy rain and wind off Carl Dowdy. Okay, very good. Thanks for that. Peas in White House now. Okay, thank you. Brant, Palestine, Elkhart, Grapeland, looking fine. Not much going on down in that neck of the woods. We're watching that storm. In fact, let's take a look at that real fast while we got a second. Let's look at this storm out that produced that tornado warning down there. Again, this is out on the west side of Interstate 45. So that's the only thing really going on. There's Buffalo. There's 45 Centerville. Yeah, I could see potentially two in there. Pam, 1, 2. Yeah, I could see that. There's been talk about a multiple vortex tornado down there earlier on. I saw looks like some chasers who were on that. Thanks, Nancy. So that's a beast of a storm down there. So again, there's Buffalo. This will be southwest of Buffalo. See if it can populate some of this velocity data. Oh, yeah. Yeah, in that Ball Prairie area right there. Yeah, Leanne, I mean, there could have been some RVs down there that were impacted. I haven't seen anything that makes me think tornado out of this, but some good straight line winds, a downburst could definitely toss some of those things or push them around pretty easily, particularly if they're oriented north-south with that wind coming right across. That could be a problem. Anytime you're in an RV situation, that can be an issue there. So I'm not surprised to hear they had some stuff going on there with that with some RVs and whatnot. But again, orientation, the way those things are parked in relation to how the wind's coming in, that can have something to definitely have something to do with that as well. So that's that storm that's been getting most of the attention here this evening and this late the afternoon and into the evening hours. So, I mean, that's the closest thing really to us that's doing anything else. Let me get this Shreveport radar back up and going. So here's where we are on this. There's Chapel Hill. Here's Jacksonville. So I get Cherokee County is in the warning, but this will be even north of New Summerfield. This will be kind of that northernmost edge. Hail, what we have of it. The core not as impressive as it was. That'll be kind of southwest of White House. And there's a new scan, so that's already made its way east of 110 now. So it's like I'm hearing some talk of maybe some dimes when that cross 110 at 344. Peas in White House. Thanks, Keith. So again, severe thunderstorm warning will continue for southeastern Smith County. That runs until 8:15. Northern Cherokee County in that as well. Also, Rusk County, we'll call it southwestern Rusk County, New London area. You guys there as Joinerville, I think probably that New London down to Selman City. Here's Highway 42. That'll be an area that this thing can keep itself together. Seems to be doing that so far. Thanks, Andy. Appreciate it. Considering the severe weather seasons that we've had over the past couple of years, we haven't seen quite the output that we saw the last few years. All things considered, I mean, some folks have really gotten blown up, but as far as the region as a whole, we've done better this year than we have in several years past. Hard to believe we'll be at Memorial Day this weekend, and our severe weather season here will quickly start to wind down as we get the first couple of weeks into June, and the pattern starts to reset where we've got that ridge overhead, and we'll still get these sea breeze showers and storms that we'll start to talk about during the afternoon hours that'll come up from the Gulf. We'll do that song and dance for a couple of weeks, and we get closer. It won't be long. We'll be right on top of 4th of July. And from there, it's just hot and pretty dry through those months of July and August, which are typically our two driest months of the year around these parts. And then we'll start to come out the other end of the tunnel and be at September before you know it. As far as big hail, Nikki, I haven't seen just a ton of really large hail from this. Up to quarters, I think, was some of the bigger that I've seen reported out of this storm. It looked on the radar like it was going to produce more than that, and maybe for a brief time it did as it was crossing over Lake Palestine. But we were also looking at it from the Fort Worth radar, and the radar shoots it pretty high by that point. So I think maybe it was a little bit overinflated from my vantage point. But still quite a bit of hail, pocket change, peas, that kind of thing. Thanks, Alan. You guys in Chapel Hill, you're fine. Yeah, Nikki, I think you'll be fine. This thing will let up on you guys in White House here pretty quick. Folks out there at the lake camping, we'll have some storm chances the next couple of nights. Tomorrow night, So, keep that in mind as you plan those types of things, especially if you're going to be camping, doing tent camping or something like that. Just kind of know where you need to be in case you need to get there fast, particularly if you got to do that in the dark. So just kind of something that comes to mind this time of year. A lot of folks kind of getting out on the lake for the first time in a while. We'll do that here in hopefully next week, and it's a new game. Haven't done that in a while, and so you kind of need to refresh yourself on what do you do and where do you need to go. So, okay, Sissy. Yeah, I think it's interesting to hear that, and I've heard some people chat about that and wonder. As far as any kind of a tornado there, I think a lot of this could be straight line winds or downburst winds. They can get in there and do some pretty decent damage pretty fast. If you have any pictures of anything, Sissy, feel free to text those to me, please, ma'am. Let me know where you're seeing it at and whatnot, and then I'd be happy to forward that along to the Weather Service, and they can come out. They'll be the ones to make an assessment on what kind of damage was produced by, what kind of phenomenon. So just something to keep in mind there. But I'd love to see what you see, though. Yeah, and Misty, you guys are good in Anderson County, at least for now. Wind seems to be picking up here in town. Oh, Sharon, y'all are in the bleachers, huh? Waiting on graduation? Bless your hearts. Yeah, I think this thing here, looks to be trending just north of Henderson. So it'll cool it down a little bit for you, hopefully. And it looks like it's losing some of its punch too. Just watching the radar loop, you can kind of make out how that hail core is shrinking and doesn't seem to be as pronounced. Gotcha, Teresa and Drew. A lot of power outages in Nacogdoches. Lynn, are you talking? Is that from the storms? That 80-mile-an-hour storm that blew through there. Was it last night or night before? They run together sometimes on me. I wouldn't be surprised to have some power outages still going on in parts of Cherokee County from that thing that blew through. Wouldn't be surprised by that at all. So we're sitting at 741. Severe thunderstorm warning officially southeastern Smith, western, we'll call it western Rusk County. Yeah, last night, Lynn. Okay. So heavy rain in the ARP area now. New London, you guys are up. Selman City, Salem, Overton. The brunt of this will pass probably just south of you guys in Overton. There is going to be some small hail in there, probably on the order of peas to pennies, I would think, maybe at this point, given the radar presentation and what we've seen out of it. Thanks, Jackie. I appreciate it. Peas in White House. Okay. Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate that. Be interested to see what's going on in the ARP area, west of side of ARP especially. See if my buddy at the B down there is seeing any hail yet. You bet, Melvin. Glad to do it. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Jill. And Bobby. Man, appreciate you guys. Let me know what you see hail-wise there in the big city. So just rain from you, Penny and ARP? Okay, thank you. So the weather service, they are seeing some of those reports that you guys are seeing, and a question about anything having to do with a tornado there in southern Smith County. So they haven't seen anything either that would argue for anything that, at least on radar, looked like a tornado. But if you do have some damage, feel free to put those in the comment section down below, or feel free to email that stuff to me, by the way, while we're on the topic. And email address for me right down there on the bottom, doc at docdeason.com. If you've got pictures, something that you want the Weather Service to know about, and myself, just give me the location and the time that you took the pictures, and then that'll allow me to kind of forward that stuff along and get it in those folks' hands, and that's always real helpful. Thanks, Yogi. No hail at your part of the lake. Okay, thank you, brother. But if you do have something there, that's a good way to get it, and then I can forward that stuff along, because we've got a lot of eyes out there who can spot stuff that could get missed. Radar beam is awful high by the time it gets over our area, and so you never say never on this kind of stuff. So anyway, that's our email address, and there's the other social media handles there as well. I know we've got a lot of folks who do follow this kind of thing. Maybe they're not on Facebook, but they are on YouTube. So feel free to follow me there. We do stream live to YouTube whenever we're on doing our live coverage in this fashion. So that's really where we kind of concentrate on YouTube. So we don't do it terribly often, but when we are live, we are there as well. So hopefully that'll help, and maybe get some people dialed in that might not be plugged into Twitter or into Facebook. All right. Back on the radar, 7:46. So we got another 29 minutes on the warning for Smith County and Western Henderson County. You guys are doing. Apparently, Henderson's got graduation going on tonight. So I think this passes north of you guys in Henderson proper. New London, you guys there involved in any school activities in this part of the county, you're going to get wet here shortly, but it'll blow through, moving about 40 to 45 miles an hour, so it will be in and out. But as we talked about, I've seen some reports here. Courtney said trailers turned upside down. Oh my gosh, I hate that. Hope everybody's okay. But those RVs, we have a lot of folks that live in RVs nowadays who are spending more time in them than they used to. And those things you need to, that's not a place to be in a storm. And so we need to be understanding of that. The same way that we talk about mobile homes. We want to have ourselves a spot to get to in the event that we've got severe weather bearing down on you. It doesn't take a tornado to flip an RV or a mobile home for that matter. And so we need to have that fallback position to go to in those kinds of situations. Buddy Ross Hayes had a 59 mile an hour gust at his place in Emerald Bay here earlier. Ross is a good friend of mine, a heck of a meteorologist, and keeps an eye out on the folks there at Emerald Bay. So he's got an anemometer there at the house and was able to get that estimate. So sending some pictures. I was seeing some trees down and things of that nature. So that's not surprising at all, especially given the amount of soggy soil that we've got. Those trees are going to get pulled over pretty easily in this kind of a situation with the soil being wet like it is and a 59 mile an hour gust. I mean, that's a lot of wind. You don't appreciate what that is until you get out underneath it and really experience it. But that's a lot of wind. Heavy in ARP. Okay, heavy rain in ARP, Stevie. Thank you. Saline Creek Bay. Okay. Thanks, Delano. But these RVs they're great, but they don't make the best of shelter during storms, particularly storms that have wind associated with them. So let that be in your mind as you're going. If you're going to travel, do some RVing over the summer, possibly. If you're going north, the severe weather severe weather season will migrate to the north. You got people chasing in the Dakotas and in Wyoming and all kinds of places that when you think of them initially, you think cold weather, but they get some big time severe weather up in that part of the country. So if you are traveling in an RV, be aware of that danger and whatnot when you're encountering a storm like that. Because I do not want anybody getting hurt on account of something like that. Thanks, Kylie. A lot of damage there. Keepersaw, 344. Okay, north of Keepersaw. All right. So was it wind, Lindsay, or a tornado you're asking? Yeah, that'll be determined. In a lot of these cases, it turns out to be straight line winds or a downburst. But that is something, pictures, damage that can be assessed by the Weather Service. That will help to determine whether or not it was a tornado or was it straight line wind damage. So that'll be something that's judged after the fact. So this thing continues to look like it's losing some steam there over New London. You guys, Lake Tyler, y'all are long done with this. ARP rain is letting up there in your neck of the woods pretty fast. Heading this thing over towards Overton and New London, 750 right now. Clearing up there. Okay. Good deal, Penny. All right, so this thing will continue to move off eastward. Have some light rain probably along 259 now. Again, this is going to stay north of Henderson, so you guys in Henderson proper fine. This will stay south of Kilgore and continue to kind of lose steam in the process. We'll take the loop back through again. See much stronger over White House. south of White House, probably more appropriate. You bet, Nani. Thanks for being here. Thanks, Penny. Yeah, I'm betting there'll be some folks poking around down in our area tomorrow. Potentially taking a look at some stuff. We'll see officially what comes of that. But yeah, this thing continues to lose steam now. Looks less and less troublesome. Don't even really see a whole lot of lightning out of this thing either. There's a stroke there just north of New London. But as a whole, the thing has lost a lot of juice. So we're coming up 7:50, 7:55 now. The shower, the last remnant of it, exiting out of extreme eastern Smith County at the moment. Nothing really for Lindale, Cameron. Haven't really seen much in your area anyway today. Got a shower up near Quitman, looks like. North of Quitman there is Winsboro. So the Weather Service, I will say, is continuing to watch this this storm out here near I-45. And I guarantee you the Houston office is keeping an eye on it because Houston County here, Trinity County here, those coming under the NWS Houston jurisdiction. So they'll be watching that. You're welcome, Joseph. Thank you for hopping by. And I don't think it'll make it to Marshall, Cameron, at least not in its current state. You may get a light shower out of it, but you bet, Cameron. All right, so almost to 8 o'clock here. Looking for Russ tonight, Virginia. Yeah, Russ looking fine. Grapeland, Donna, a bluegrass festival with campers. Okay, I would definitely keep an eye on that storm off to the west of you. It's going to pass south of you guys, but could be a little bit of wind come off the edge of that storm. It's a pretty good sized storm, but it is going to continue tracking south east. So probably not going to be an issue for you guys in Grapeland proper. And it also, but it's something to keep an eye on. As we lose the daytime heating, we're getting close to sundown as we speak, and so that's going to help to it's like taking a boiling pot of water off the stove. You remove that heat source and the water starts to settle down, and this will be one of those evenings where I think we see some of that take place as well. We're kind of removing the sun, still very humid. There's a lot of juice there, but graduation in Tatum at the moment. Good. Hopefully we'll get this thing to die out for you guys before it gets to Tatum. Looks like it's on a course to do that. It is not looking too healthy at the moment. So we have made it to 8 o'clock. Henderson also. I think so too, Mary. Yeah. I remember when I graduated, they moved it. We had graduated at Lindale a number of years at the stadium, and then they moved it to Harvey Hall. I don't remember why, but at some point in the last number of years, they moved it back outside, which I always thought was pretty cool. So I'm glad to see a lot of folks still doing that. I know they have it at Rose Stadium for a long time with the Tyler schools. So it's fine unless it ain't. So it's hot, but what a neat time, man. All right, so Weather Service has now at 8 o'clock canceled the severe thunderstorm warning for Cherokee, Rusk, and Smith counties. So that is what we were hoping to see. So we could pull the bug there. So that leaves us warning free. And hopefully we can get that thing down before it gets over too far closer to Tatum. Jennifer, talking about that Crockett, that storm down there, Centerville. Let's look at that here for a second, and then I'm gonna have to skate off here, but you bet, Kaylin. Yeah, this thing still looks pretty pronounced. Just on the reflectivity. Yeah, it could be a couple of pockets in there. Along Highway 7, north side of 7. So there's Jewett. Wow, 2-inch hail in that too. Not quite tennis balls, but close enough. Man. Yeah, so that'll be something to watch. And that'll be something that we'll keep an eye on for you guys in Houston County. Southern Houston County, Trinity County. Keep an eye on that. But I tell you, for now, I think I'm going to have to step away and take care of some other other business that I was handling when the lid started to try to blow off all this. Thank you all for stopping by this evening and for just checking in on things. Hopefully, we're able to help you out with that. If it's your first time here, welcome. We're glad to have you. If you're a returning customer, we appreciate you giving us your trust. We'll have a 7-day forecast that we update each weekday morning between 7 and about 7:30. So got that going on. We'll have the weekend forecast for you there, and we'll be watching for any storms potentially Saturday night as well as Friday night. But all in all, looking a lot more like Memorial Day. Lake water, pool water is warming up. I'm liking that. And it's just that time of the year with all the fun stuff that come with it. So you guys have a great evening. We will talk more if we need to later on in the evening hours, but hopefully it'll be turning into a little bit more of a quiet evening. Thank y'all again for stopping by.
Thanks for watching this live broadcast from Doc Deason's Weather. When weather's at its worst, we're at our best. Doc Deason's Weather, the calm in the storm.